Let me go back to IWM. Sorry. Let's go back to IWM. So IWM yesterday was up. Was it up? Let me go back to IWM. I'm sorry. Let's go back to IWM. So IWM yesterday was up. Was it up? It was up 0.7%. I mean, okay, because it gapped. All right. It gave a lot back. So it's like a closed green candle there, not an open green candle. Come on. Yeah. See that closed green candle? We opened up much higher. It still closed up 0.7%. Okay. But these value microcaps, even though IWM didn't perform too great, look at how great some of these did. Air up 13%. Look at the trend too. Look how they closed. Up 13%, closed at the highs. IPWR up 10%, closed at the highs. Evolve up 7%, closed at the highs. ULBI up 7%, closed at the highs. Quick up 5%. RQ closed at the highs. All right. All outperforming the overall broader index of IWM. I'm going to glean from this. That potentially there's a rally getting ready to happen in IWM. Why am I gleaning that? Because when you start seeing a change, you start seeing money rotating, you're going to go to the higher quality companies first. And my thesis is I have higher quality companies in this microcap value list. You can see, guys, we did it. It's Thursday, July 11th, pre-market prep. And man, what was I telling you about IWM all week long? We use those hints, right? We look at technicals, we look at sentiment, we look at everything to come up with predictions. And we were telling you, we were seeing signs underneath IWM. We're like, IWM's flat all week, all right? But underneath IWM, something is going on, right? Yeah, it was, okay. Underneath IWM, something was going on because the quality small cap names were rocketing this week, and they were all at key inflection points with low RSIs, right? That's what I saw. That's why we were pounding the table on IWM. CPI came in, I think, down 1.1% month over month. Now, that's all that's going to matter right now for today. As far as the sentiment goes and the headlines, there's other data out there. There's jobs data. There's a lot of critics out there about this. There's a lot of people talking about, that this stuff is manufactured for the election. Doesn't matter. All right. The headlines, inflation down month over month. Let me go back to IWM. I'm sorry. Let's go back to IWM. So IWM yesterday was up. Was it up? It was up 0.7%. I mean, okay, because it gapped. All right. It gave a lot back. So it's like a closed green candle there, not an open green candle. Come on. Yeah. See that closed green candle? We opened up much higher. It still closed up 0.7%. Okay. But these value microcaps, even though IWM didn't perform too great, look at how great some of these did. Air up 13%. Look at the trend too. Look how they closed. Up 13%, closed at the highs. IPWR up 10%, closed at the highs. Evolve up 7%, closed at the highs. ULBI up 7%, closed at the highs. Quick up 5%. RQ closed at the highs. All right. All outperforming the overall broader index of IWM. I'm going to glean from this. That potentially there's a rally getting ready to happen in IWM. Why am I gleaning that? Because when you start seeing a change, you start seeing money rotating, you're going to go to the higher quality companies first. And my thesis is I have higher quality companies in this microcap value list. You can, guys, we did it. It's Thursday, July 11th, pre-market prep. And man, what was I telling you about IWM all week long? We use those hints, right? We look at technicals, we look at sentiment, we look at everything to come up with predictions. And we were telling you, we were seeing signs underneath IWM. We're like, IWM's flat all week, all right? But underneath IWM, something is going on, right? Yeah, it was, okay. Underneath IWM, something was going on because the quality small cap names were rocketing this week, and they were all at key inflection points with low RSIs, right? That's what I saw. That's why we were pounding the table on IWM. CPI came in, I think, down 1.1% month over month. Now, that's all that's going to matter right now for today. As far as the sentiment goes and the headlines, there's other data out there. There's jobs data. There's a lot of critics out there about this. There's a lot of people talking about, that this stuff is manufactured for the election. Doesn't matter. All right. The headlines, inflation down month over month. Let me go back to IWM. I'm sorry. Let's go back to IWM. So IWM yesterday was up. Was it up? It was up 0.7%. I mean, okay, because it gapped. All right. It gave a lot back. So it's like a closed green candle there, not an open green candle. Come on. Yeah. See that closed green candle? We opened up much higher. It still closed up 0.7%. Okay. But these value microcaps, even though IWM didn't perform too great, look at how great some of these did. Air up 13%. Look at the trend too. Look how they closed. Up 13%, closed at the highs. IPWR up 10%, closed at the highs. Evolve up 7%, closed at the highs. ULBI up 7%, closed at the highs. Quick up 5%. RQ closed at the highs. All right. All outperforming the overall broader index of IWM. I'm going to glean from this. That potentially there's a rally getting ready to happen in the IWM. Why am I gleaning that? Because when you start...
Let's get ready to rumble!
We did it again, story trading folks. Although what we didn't do, look at that. How come that's not showing correctly? We got to get my screen to show correctly. So let me just take care of that real quick and make sure that's okay. We're getting glitchy here. Oh my gosh. Let's see. All right, give me 1 second. Didn't expect the show to start that way. Let's connect to my iPhone. All right. I like those much better than the desktop. Come on, guys. There we go. Okay. So here we are. We did it once again. Accurate prediction after accurate prediction, day in, day out. Obviously, we're not going to be 100% accurate, but those of you who are with us, it's like 80 to 90% uncannily accurate predictions down to the timing. And we are so good at market timing. Because we're so good at market timing, we're calling things hours to like a day in advance, huge moves. Because we're so good at that, it feels like we're 100% accurate. We're not. We're like 80 to 90% accurate. Feels like 100%, which is actually pretty dangerous because we're so good so much of the time that it lends to maybe some people taking too much risk. So that's like the number one thing you got to be careful of in our community. Number one thing in my career I've had to be careful of is because I remember, I'm so accurate, and I remember, especially the big ones are right on cue within hours, within a couple days, huge moves that you think, it feels like 100% accurate. Oh my gosh, let me go all in. That's the biggest danger of being so good. But how are we so good? We do it here at Story Trading. We talk about it all the time. It's the 4 pillars. We look at catalysts. We take that catalyst, we interpret what's the impact of the catalyst on sentiment. What's the impact of the catalyst on fundamentals? Then you triangulate with technicals. That way we front run the technical traders. That's what story trading is all about. We believe in market efficiency. We believe there's a reason behind all the price action. And if you only look at it from a fundamental lens, you only look at it from a technical lens, you're not going to understand the price action, and you're not going to be able to predict the price action. I've been doing this for 25, 30 years, and this is a system I finally settled on, and I came up with after first I was a pure fundamental investor, didn't work. Then I was a pure technical investor, didn't work. Then I was a pure catalyst headline trader, didn't work. Then I was a pure sentiment trader, didn't work. When I finally said, you know what, everybody's right. Let me respect all market participants. That's when I understood that the charts make sense. Right? There's a reason why your stock's always, quote unquote, undervalued. There's a reason why it's always, quote, overvalued. And here, yesterday, this week, right? Why? The IWM, the small caps, undervalued for so long. Now they're inflecting. Why? Obviously, it's about interest rates. All right. Earlier in the week, we were able to predict that because we got clues from the market. We played that before the show started. The high quality small cap names were inflecting. They were moving up, even as IWM was flat. Going into CPI, the 2-3 days going into the CPI, the highest quality small cap names were going up, crossing key moving averages, whether it's the 20 DMA or the 50 DMA, coming right up to them with very low RSIs. And it's telling you, we know what's going on. We know CPI is going to be light and IWM is going to explode. Let's take a look at this IWM. Yesterday morning on the show, we gave you 2 targets. 211.28 was the first target we gave you. And the second target we gave you was 216 to 217. This is really freaking uncanny, but it's expected. This is what we do here. We hit that target almost to the penny last night. Yesterday's high was 211.23. What do we give you? 211.28. And it was like seconds before the close. Just at the close, it dropped down to 210.68. Now we're at 213.06, heading over to our next target of 216 to 217. And what did we tell you? We told you it can happen within a few days. I said this news, this inflection point news of the light CPI will cause us to run for 2 or 3 days. Now we had PPI this morning, but I put a note in our Discord. We'll move to our Discord in a second to show you the trades and everything. But in fact, I'll show you right now. All right, we got a news item in here, a news channel. So someone posted, oh, we got PPI this morning. Where's the news? Here we go. So, and I said, I think the sentiment has shifted enough and charts have broken out enough in IWM TLT that this won't do much to change the story. So I was not concerned about PPI. And in fact, what happened? PPI came in a little bit hot. I think it was 0.1% higher than expected, but markets didn't care. We look at TLT as the North Star. TLT is stable. All right. That's good. That's good for IWM. Now, one thing that didn't work yesterday, we told you about IWM. We pounded the table on KRE. We gave you some targets on KRE, which I think have now hit in pre-market. I forget exactly what the 50 gave you. I think the first target we gave you was the top of this candle here. We gave it to you live on the show, 51.32. So we gave you 51.32, then we gave you 53.15, and boom, right? Now, one thing we got wrong was RK. I thought RK would explode along with risk assets, IWM, KRE, TLT. And it did initially because of the, I guess you can call it a black swan, not really black swan, but because of the Tesla news that came out about the robo-taxi, it killed this RK ETF. So this trade didn't work out if you were, trying to do something quick on RK. All right. So that's the one area where we were wrong. We wouldn't have been wrong if it wasn't for that Tesla news that hit. And by the way, honestly, I'm starting to think RK is just such a garbage index. Like this thing should be exploding along with IWM, but maybe they're too overweight in Tesla and then it doesn't appear. I don't know what's going on. But in any case, we had the right macro call overall. We'll get to our top picks in just a second. Just going to let you know, ER season started today with the financials. I don't cover financials at all. I don't care about them. I don't cover them. I don't know anything about them. So today there were some banks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, there's some banks. I think starting Thursday next week is when things get exciting. I think I took a screenshot of the ones that are coming up on Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday, TSM, Netflix, Intuitive Surgical, Novartis. All right. Those are coming Thursday. That's when earnings season starts in earnest. All right. So now our top picks have been crazy. They're always crazy. All right. All right. I'm going to go through some of these in no particular order. Okay, and then we're gonna go back and try to order these for picks that we think can do the best today. All right. By the way, this is a free show, a free preview. We don't do this for the public normally. All right. This is behind our Discord community. You can sign up at storytrading.com/Discord. We're just doing a free preview of this show this morning. All right. So in any case, Hawaiian Electric, huge winner. We put a story trade idea out on this when the stock was like $8. All right. And let me just show you. In fact, let's go to Discord. Let's review this really quick. Let's go to our trade ideas. We're going to search. We say HE idea. All right. So we have HE idea. Here we go. In fact, it was updated once, but the original idea initiated at $8.19 with a 970 target number 2. 970 target number 2. You can see we're looking at catalysts, sentiment, fundamentals, technicals. Don't have the time to go through the whole thesis with you. All right. But it hit 970, and then we updated that HE idea, gave you a new story trade idea. Where is it? How come it's not showing? We updated the HE idea, and I can't find it at the moment, but I'll tell you the new price target. So the new price target on HE is 1187. All right. On this one, HE, let me just go to the Discord real quick. This was, for me, a huge winner. Now, I don't do a lot of options because I'm mostly trading in my retirement account. You guys in the community can take the great picks and the great predictions we have. It's really suited for options since we're awesome on timing. But in this case, I did. On HE, I decided to do options on it. Let's go to the Post Your Gains channel. You can see this was one of my best options trades maybe ever. If we can find it, Post Your Gains. All right, here we go. HE, 2,000% on HE. All right, now, I sold most of my position at this point, but there's still more room left to go. That's not going to be the highlight of the day. We got some other stuff. 1105 here in pre-market. 1187. That's just one of many picks that were spot on accurate this week, including IWM. Other picks we put on today, all right, or yesterday. SOFI, NVAX, VTSI, and AMLX. All these next four are ones that we have these little story trading cards for. Let's see if we can pull one of them up here. So you go to trade ideas. All right. Okay, there's SOFI. Let's actually start. Let's go in order of when we initiated these. Well, actually, SOFI, let me do SOFI because SOFI actually initiated in the pre-market show yesterday at $6.66. You see that? So I had a plan going in. I said, if CPI is light, I'm buying SOFI. So that's what we did. I alerted to the community that I'm in at $6.66. We gave a target of 713 to 760. We went through, there we go, catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals right there. On SOFI, obviously, I'm surprised it didn't do better, right? Regional banks exploding, KRE exploding, risk assets exploding. I'm not sure. I think, Kathy, maybe this didn't do as well because of Tesla's impact on RK, which then had an impact in SOFI. Maybe, in fact, looking at the chart, that's probably what happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone, I'm pretty sure that Kathy Woods has SOFI in her RK. I think that's what happened. So anyway, here, like, I was very surprised we were not up much more. So this one I swung, and I did do call options on this one too. All right, I think I called out the contract that I got in on this one. In any case, the targets here, a little bit tricky. It's a very choppy chart. Let me see what I put in here. Technicals choppy, difficult chart to read. Our targets are based on the 20-week MA and the MA 713, 200 DMA 760. Not very clear, clean chart, especially when it comes to the candles. So that's what we're using for SOFI, up 2% here in pre-market. I think that is going to be a top pick this morning. NVAX, we initiated NVAX. Oh, look how gorgeous NVAX is. NVAX, we put it up here. Here we go. NVAX long, initiated at 1:29 p.m. This is by the time I write it up. Usually I give a little alert in the trade ideas room that, you know, NVAX looks good. I'm going long. And then it takes me like sometimes up to an hour or more to actually get the time to write it up officially in the trade ideas section. See, like here, you can see it was initiated at 10:39 a.m. when the price was 12.70, but I didn't get to writing it down here officially till 1:29 p.m. So that's the process in our community. But in any case, NVAX long, catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, technicals. This has the $1.2 billion deal with Sanofi, going concern removed. All right, this thing just got crazy oversold, and now risk is on. All right, paradigm change, baby. Small caps are going to rock it. Biotechs are going to rock it. Look how low the RSI is. Look at that inflection. We did not even worry about the 50 DMA or the 20 DMA. On the story trade idea that we posted, we said our first target was 1334. In fact, the 20 DMA said, we're going to break 1334. What technical trader knows how to do that? You're not going to get this anywhere, man. Technical traders are waiting for the break, right? So they're buying it too late. We're predicting the break based on events, based on catalysts, small cap rotation into biotech, sentiment, fortunes may have turned with the going concern removed, right? We predict it. 1334, that's where you start the party, right? And we got in at 1270. So $15 is our target on NVAX with that very low RSI. $15, just some simple candle resistance over there. You can see, is it this one? No, is it that one? The 1485. Honestly, okay. It's you see here, this used to be support right there at 1491 over here. I probably went a little bit too high, to be honest with you. 15, I'm looking at this. It's more like 1480, all right? It's more like 1480 is the next level on NVAX. And VTSI, another one we initiated yesterday. Let's see here, VTSI. Here we go, VTSI, long swing. Target, $9 to $9.40. Current price was $7.80. Catalyst, small cap rotation, and ER coming up in mid-August. And here's a specific catalyst of the company. Their old co-CEO, the founder of the company, just resigned, and the more capable co-CEO fully takes over. That should be good for turning sentiment around exactly at the right time, because you parlay that into the small cap rotation and the earnings coming up and it being oversold and fundamentally being so cheap. It's a perfect storm for VTSI. That's why we initiated it yesterday at $7.80. And look at this chart. Now technical traders might look at this, and by the time it comes on their screeners and they go and buy it, whatever, they're going to be like, we're going to get the bulk of the move because we predicted the move based on story trading process and analysis. Shilly Billy, thanks. SNGX. I'm not familiar with SNGX. If we have time, I'll quickly look at it, and I can only give a technical analysis real quick on that if I have time. If anyone wants to add some notes there in the chat, you can go ahead and do that. If I have time, I'll get to it. So that was VTSI looking really good. Small caps are in, guys. Another theme that I was talking about yesterday on the show is rotation, right? That when everything was selling off in the big caps and the AI names, we weren't scared. This is not a market meltdown. This is just a rotation. People taking their profits out of those big cap names, mega cap names, and putting it into the small cap. So I did that as well. I started selling off a lot of my big caps that I was up on early in the morning. So I had more firepower to buy things like VTSI, to buy things like NVAX, and to buy things like AMLX. And AMLX, this story trade idea from the Godfather. If you don't follow the Godfather, you should on X. It's at SMantel, SMANTEL. He's in our Discord. He's a big contributor in our community. So if you want to join, if you follow him, you like his content, and you want to join our Discord through and give him credit, don't upgrade at our link, storytrading.com/Discord. Upgrade at his link. You can find it on his profile, or get a storytrading.com/thegodfatherknows, and you can help him help you. All right. So in any case, that is AMLX. Let me tell you about this one. He put this out early afternoon, and this quickly became my favorite stock of everything that we got going on. This is a freaking no-brainer. I went balls to the walls into AMLX. They are late stage biotech, and they just had a 300% move. Okay, I don't know if that's SNGX or AMLX, but it sounds similar to AMLX. AMLX all of a sudden became a late-stage biotech with a GLP-1 that they bought that I believe is phase 3. But look at this. They have $5 in net cash, guys. $5 in net cash with the stock trading at $2.30. And look at this breakout. Beautiful breakout above the 50 DMA. There's no resistance until you get to like 290 is already gone, in my opinion. All right. There's no way this doesn't get caught by other people in the fintech community. It's too cheap. You got the small cap rotation. All right, here it is. You have everything here. Market rotation. It's all in our little card. Market rotation of small caps and biotech. $5 net cash. Major breakout over the 50 DMA. You have the tailwind of GLP-1. There it is. The sentiment. GLP-1 sector hot. It's a perfect storm for this idea. AMLX. I went from nothing to like a 7 or 8% position in AMLX this morning. I'm really excited and bullish about all of these names: AMLX, VTSI, NVAX, SOFI, and he kept like a little bit, final 10-15% of my position for a move to like 1187. But there's more. How can there be more, you say? All right, Uber, check this out. Oh my gosh. All right, trade ideas. Uber. Let's pull up Uber. We closed Uber yesterday. Uber target hit. Uber. I did the day before, though, reduce a little bit because it was down close to support. So I'll give you that. But let's go to our Uber trade idea. Uber trade idea. We initiated this. When did we initiate this? July 8th. Okay. 4 days ago. 4 days ago. 72.14 to 73 target. Why did Uber fly yesterday? Why did Tesla crash? It was about robotaxi. Well, we saw this catalyst. Elon Musk says not hiring former Uber CEO. Do you remember that? Why weren't people all over Uber then? In addition to that, Gary Black says Tesla robotaxi event on 8A is a non-event and years away from automation. That turned out to be a good prediction from Gary Black. All right. And then we have obviously ER coming up in a few weeks. So ER anticipation. Took a hit recently, Uber, because Tesla rumors could see a relief rally. So this took a few days to develop. 72.14 to 73 target on Uber. Guess what? We hit our targets and we closed out the position yesterday. I may look at this again to get in. It's great for the long term, I think. But that was another story trade idea we killed, and we had the right analysis, and we're ahead of the market on that because we look at everything. We look at catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, technicals, just unbelievable. VK, oh my gosh, it doesn't stop. VKTX, look at this stock at $59. Boom, look at this. Well, the technical traders, what were they waiting for? We were ahead of the technical traders. Check it out. Trade ideas. Let's put in VKTX. Oops, VKTC. VKTX idea. All right, VKTX idea. Here we go. This was initiated July 9th, 3 days ago. The price was $54.15. Let's look at this chart. 54. Okay, all right. We waited for this one green candle. All right, but we weren't too late. All right, we got it in at 54.55 with two price targets, 58.26 and then 61.50. 58.26 obviously hit. 61.50 obviously did not hit yet. 50-day moving average at 61.46. We may drop that down. 50-day moving average really was my intent there with that target. So VKTX working out beautifully. I took some off the table because we did get to that first target. So, and I don't have time to go through the whole thesis. You can take a look at it. Catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals. There's data coming out soon. Event anticipation on VKTX. All right. Let's go to Revolution Medicine. This is another pick by the Godfather at S Mantle. Again, you go to storytrading.com/thegodfather to sign up for him. Revolution Medicine here, exploding this morning, up 3.5%. I think they got a big upgrade. It was Barclays, overweight. Barclays 52. I think there was another one. There's also Jeffries. Hold on. Barclays. Okay, I don't know. There may have been another one, but that's part of biotech's hot. Plus, you get this guy. So this one's in play. So I don't have a story trade card idea on this. This is from the Godfather, but similar. If I were to do this, right, I'm looking at money moving into biotechs and small caps. All right, you have what is that? You consider that's more sentiment, right? You have a catalyst of this analyst upgrade, right? You also have the catalyst of, I think it's pancreatic cancer data or something coming out, event anticipation Monday. You also have that. And then the Godfather can speak to the fundamentals. So when all of these pillars align, we call these the 4 pillars, that's when you want to put a trade on. And that's why we're so good at market timing, because that's when you get these quick inflection moves really quickly. All right, let's go back and see what else we got. PBI, that's a story trade idea. Now into our target zone. Unfortunately, I don't have this anymore. Our target zone was 650 to 750. I just needed some money to put into other things. I think I made money on it. I probably should have made more, but in any case, you can take a look at the thesis. This one's still open, still in play. So if you like it, check out the thesis on PBI. So let's go. PBI idea. All right. And what? Oh, PBI idea is because we started this in the trading lounge when I started putting these ideas out. And this was our very first one 9 days ago. Our first 2 formatted in this way. So I've always done this for years, right? Been having these theses based on catalyst, fundamental, set, and technicals. But starting on July 2nd, I said, let me put it in this nice format that everyone can see. I threw it in the trading lounge. I'm like, hey, do you like this format? So I gave you PBI and Apple back then. Apple was, I don't know when it was. It was probably much lower than 220. But in any case, PBI 650 to 850 target. PR yesterday upping the cost savings by 60 million. If that all goes to the bottom line, that adds about $3 in share in terms of value. All right, 650, 850 still in play. It's at the bottom of that range now. Very good, going well. All right, yesterday morning, a participant in our community on the live show mentioned ASPN, and we made it a top 5 pick. All right, we gave you a target of 2664 initially, and we predicted we're actually going to break 2664. So yesterday morning, this thing was about 2450. When it was 2450, live on the show, someone asked me about it. I said, I think we're breaking the 20. I think we're breaking the 50. Low RSI, small cap flow, and this thing's headed to, I think on the show yesterday, I put about 28 or so. I didn't write up as official story trading idea for that, but basically I gave the 4-pillar analysis to that person who asked on the show, and it's going perfectly according to plan. All right. I'm just going to mention, I mean, there's so many small caps that are in play right now. All right. Geo looking very good. We have a thesis out on that, but I didn't write the full card on it. But Geo, there's something going on this month. It's breaking out. You got Trump sentiment tailwinds, immigration sentiment tailwinds. There's an RFP out in New Jersey they could win. So I'm in Geo. It is a story trading idea. I just didn't write it up. That one I missed to write it up. Then we have CHWY. All right, CHWY. I alerted it here. Let me just show you this, and then we'll try to order these. Okay, CHWY. I put it in the trading lounge. You can see here we put in the shows. So CHWY I put in the trading lounge here this morning. Here we go. So this is not yet in like that story trading format style, but all of the components are here. 500 million buyback, recent analyst upgrade, recent ER inflection print. So if you look at this, 500 million buyback is fundamentals. Recent analyst upgrade is catalyst. Recent ER inflection print is fundamentals. Warren Kitty involvement, that's sentiment. 20 DMA break, that's technicals. Macro small cap tailwind, that's sentiment. You put it all together. You make sure you have all these components. When you have all these components pointing in the right direction, you look at the technicals, you see we're breaking the 20 DMA with low RSI, and you can predict that this move will keep on going. So CHWY is on my radar. I took some in pre-market. You can see, I think the next resistance here, we're already pretty much there. The next resistance at 2708, 28. But honestly, I think this thing can head back up here to 30. I think 30 is probably the initial target on CHWY. All right. So that's the process we do in our community. And at the end of our shows, we try to order these stocks. So let's go ahead, and I definitely want CHWY up there that we just went through. All right. SOFI has to be in there. NVAX has to be in there. So let's see. CHWY, SOFI, NVAX. He's close to the end of the run. It might have a big 5 to 7% move today. But it's close to the end of the run. AMLX, probably my favorite one. Let's see what we have. So now we got CHWY, NVAX. I don't want to make CHWY number 1 because I'm actually most bullish on AMLX at the moment. Oh, NVAX looking great. We'll make CHWY number 3, SOFI number 4. I like what I'm seeing here. Hawaiian Electric number 5, VTSI number 6. And the only reason I'm putting VTSI number 6 is because you're not all going to be able to participate. It's a microcap. Not a lot of supply available. So, you know, I think this can run, probably going to run pretty quickly to like 940, but it's less liquid. I want to put the more liquid names at the top so everyone can participate. So AMLX, NVAX, CHWY, SOFI, Hawaiian Electric, and then VTSI. Those are your top picks for the day. Doesn't mean that VKTX and RVMD and PBI and ASIPN and Geo are not going to go up today. They are probably. All right. And Rocket Labs. All right. Lots of good stuff going on. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. I'd love to see you in our community. We'll put a special code out there right now just for this show. We'll keep it up for a few hours. Maybe we'll keep it up till 4 p.m. if you're busy trading today. But really, I'd love to see you now during the day. Show 90 off. All right. This code gives $90 off every single month. Right. It's a permanent discount. It brings our price down from $149 a month, which I think is definitely worth it. But it brings it down to just $59 a month. So join right now at storytrading.com/Discord. Show 90 off. That brings it down to $59. I will say though, I'm not going to be fully available today because I have a doctor's appointment, a very long doctor's appointment, actually. That's going to be like take 4 hours out of the chunk of my day here, unfortunately. But there's going to be other people in the community cover for me, and I'll be able to chat best. All right. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Let's continue to kill it. Story trading is the way to go. We have the best process in town, everybody. Have a great day.